All right. Hello, everyone. Felipe from Charge Phase here in the Charge Phase COVID Bunker number one. Um, so as you guys can probably tell, due to everything going on, we're gonna have a little bit of a slower upload schedule. Probably won't have dual videos for a while. Um, but we will try and fill the air with some other videos. As you can see, I'm about to do a MedicAlert deck profile. We will have deck profiles coming to you guys. We're gonna try and do some live streams and play on Untap and things like that, just to kind of keep things going. But I just want to say thank you everyone who has been subscribing recently. Thank you everyone who's been commenting recently. It really, it really feels good just to see you guys coming in. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for your continued support, and we will make it through this. We'll be back to our regular dual schedule once this is all over. I may have a couple guest stars on the channel, people you haven't really heard from before. My dog Angel's here with me today for this deck profile, so she may cross in and out of the video. We may hear her breathing in the back. But yeah, so I just want to say for the first minute, just thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel. Thank you for everyone who watches the videos. Thank you everyone who's been subscribing and commenting. It means a lot to us here at Charge Phase. So, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So you guys saw this against the U7 deck. This is the Revamp Medic. So when you play this card in your leader area, choose up to one Big Yeti star from your deck and activate it. And then his Awaken cost is when you have two or more Frieza clan cards in play, you may draw two cards and flip this card over. Now the back is really where this card shines. So, Wall of Text activate. When this card attacks, place up to 3 cards from the top of your deck into the drop area, then choose up to one Metacooler or Metacooler core card in your drop area and add it to your hand. So you can choose 0, and you can just absolutely choose to add back a Metacooler core to your hand. So that's really great. If you need to mill some more and get some more targets engraved, it's also a great outlet. And then its first effect is activate main once per turn. If you have 2 or more Frieza clan cards in play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, switch it to rest, and it can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next turn or next charge phase. So really, really good for stun. Any problem cards that have just been bugging you or attacking you with this effect, as long as you have 2 Frieza Clan cards in play, whatever they may be. You can just keep it tapped down, so it's great. And then once per battle on either player's turn is what that means. Choose up to one of your Metacooler cards in your battle area. It gets plus 5,000 for the duration of the turn, so a great way to defend your big boys that may be getting constantly attacked, or if they're trying to ping down your small guys. Great way to defend one just for the turn. It's basically a free sensu bean without the untap. But yeah, the other really important part and thing that they added to this card, if we can just focus, is that it is now a Metacooler and a Metacooler core on its awakened side, and that will come into play later on. So, that out of the way, let's get into the actual deck. So, I'm going high drops to low drops for monsters, and then high drops to low drops for extra cards, but they all kind of have the same cost, so it's fine. So, the first card in this deck that we're going to look at is kind of the really big MVP. I'm missing one because I forgot to ask Paul to let me borrow his SPR, so please excuse the backwards card. But you want to play 3 Awakening Evil, or Infinite Force Metacooler Core. So his ability is activate battle, place 1 Metacooler card from your battle area into the drop area. This card gets plus 5,000 for the duration of the turn. And then auto, when you play this card, or when this card attacks, if Big Yeti stars under this card, choose up to 2 Metacooler from your drop area and play them. So this card's really, really versatile. He's a 25k single strike, but the thing that makes him really, really good is the fact that it can grab any Metacooler or Metacooler core, any Metacooler, and play it. So as you'll see as we get in, the next, basically the entire block of monsters minus the super combos and 2 other cards are Metacooler. So you can play pretty much the entire deck from his attack or on his play, if he has a Big Yeti star under him, which is really important. So next up, we're going to play 3 Awakening Core Metacooler. So he is he usually evolved, he's a 5-drop, you can evolve him for 4 on top of a Metacooler. His permanent is if your life is at 4 or less, if your opponent's life is 4 or less, your Metacooler leader card can activate Awaken, regardless of your life total. So it's really great, because in the old days they would just stall you out, and then they would just kill you in one big turn by Awakening. But this time, with this card, you can go, I awaken when you awaken. And there's other permanent, it's all Metacooler in your battle area gain double strike. This card inflicts 2 damage instead of 1. So a really good blanket effect to make your small guys really, really good. Because now they 15Ks now, and they are pinging constantly because you have a whole bunch of them on the board, but they're all double strike. So, really, really good. The next up is one of the newer cards that came out in set 9. That is Metacooler Core Titanic Glare. So I was iffy on this card, but then I played him. You saw how good he was. So his ability is Metacooler Core Titanic Glare. He's a 20k single strike. And activate main, choose one card in your hand or one big Getty star in your battle area and place it under this card. Choose up to one Metacooler Core card from your deck from your deck or hand other than Metacooler Core Titanic Glare. Play on top of this card in active mode, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So a really good way just to spit out your 7-drop on turn 4. And he also lets you absorb the big Getty star. So you get that play effect to summon back 2 Metacoolers from the grave, which includes Awakening Core Metacooler. And then next up, this is one of the cards that you unfortunately can't touch, but is really good. We are playing 2 Swift Retaliation Cooler. So he is a counter. If your leader card's yellow, negate the counter and play this card. And then when you play this card, draw 1 card. And then you have 6 or more cards in rest mode, draw 1 more card. So really great because he is the only counter in the game. Rest in peace, Bad Ring. So play him. Nets you a card so he replaces himself. He has 3 mana, so it is a little expensive. But if you have 3 cards, leader card included, or Big Getty Star included, if you have that in your battle area tapped, that will count towards the total of 6. So therefore, you get that sweet draw 2. It's basically a pot of greed for 3. Next up, we play another new card, Metacooler Metallic Genesis. When you play this, when this card attacks, choose up to 1 Frieza clan with energy cost of 2 or less from your drop area, and play with its skill negated for the duration of the turn. So, great way to net back your Awaken or your Infinite Replication Metacoolers. If you want to grab back the 1-drop Metacoolers that we'll see later on, those are great. There's a lot of versatility there. You'll see with some of the cards coming up how that will work to your advantage. Also, you can summon them off of Infinite Force Metacooler, so you get another free summon after that too. So you're just constantly spitting out guys, and just pinging your opponent down till they either have no cards left or they accept their fate and get run over by Metacoolers. Next up is the Super Combo. We are playing 4 Whis Celestial Moderator. So I'm kind of iffy on this card. Because the draw is not crazy in Metacooler, but at the same time I don't feel like I need it. I really like this card because it says if your leader's red or yellow, when you combo with this card from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, it gets minus 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. So if a battle card without barrier is attacking, this essentially becomes a 20k combo. So, that's always great. But at the same time, if your opponent's leader's attacking, it's not a great defense, just a standard 10k. But you can minus something else, 10. So at least there's that, maybe prevents another attack. It's still iffy. I'm still on the fence about it, but it is still a very nice card. Also, one other thing I want to mention about Swift Retaliation Cooler is that it is also a Frieza clan. So if you have that on the field and for whatever reason you haven't awakened, you can use that to fuel your opponent fuel you awakening faster. But with this deck, you pretty much should be able to get it out sooner rather than later. Excuse me, Angel, I'm in the middle of a deck profile. Not now. Next up is my personal favorite part of the deck. We are playing 13 Infinite Replication Metacooler. If you don't know what this card is, a 2-drop 15k that says permanent. You can include as many copies of this card in your deck as you like. So you can make the whole deck Infinite Replication Metacoolers. You don't want to do that, but you could if you wanted. But yeah, we're playing 13 because it synergizes with the Metallic Genesis card. It is an evolved target for Awakening Core Metacooler if we need to. It is the obvious sack outlet for Infinite Force Metacooler for his 5k boost. So, it's just very versatile, and you want to get as many of those in the grave as you can just to be targets for things like the 7-drop, the 3-drop, just things like that. And then also this card, we are playing 4 of the Metacooler Core Ultimate Form. So he's a 1-drop, and he says let me try and focus this. There we go. So, when you play this card, draw one card, then choose up to one Big Getty star in your drop area and activate it. And then his activate main for 2 yellow is place this card in the owner's drop area and choose one. For the duration of the turn, your yellow MedicAlert leader can activate its Awaken skill even if you have 5 or more life. Or you may choose one card in your hand and place it in your drop area. If you do, choose up to 2 Infinite Replication MedicAlert in your drop area and play them. So if you have a bunch of these guys in grave, pay 2, drop that guy, and then summon 2 of them out. It's a free summon. You're basically paying half the price you would to summon 2 of them. Really, really great. Also, if your opponent manages to sack your 7-drop, you're not without hope for the rest of the duel that you can never activate Big Getty Star and never get that big summon again, because that card was go, hey, take that from grave and play it again. Next up, we play a card I'm still kind of iffy on, but it's not bad. We have MedicAlert Core. It is a 1-drop. You can evolve for 5 by placing 1 Big Getty Star in your battle area under this card. Choose up to 1 MedicAlert Core from your deck and place on top of this card. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So you go into Infinite Force MedicAlert. That's the old way. I still include it because it's very important to have, because in the event that for whatever reason you're forced to evolve the old-fashioned way because your opponent kept condemning or preemptive striking your other ones, you have some way to summon it. Next up, last of the monsters, we play 2 Ox King, Dad at Heart. His permanent is all other yellow battle cards cost 2 or less in your battle area gain barrier. Or 3 or less, sorry. So he's very important to play just because you want to protect your little boys so they can't be targeted. But he also says all other yellow battle cards, so you have to play 2 of him so he can protect Ox King, and then other Ox King can protect the new Ox King. So therefore, you have a perfect barrier. Alright, and then moving on to the extra cards, going to move these off to the side. Very low extra card count, just because I think your main gimmick here is you just want to spit out little guys as fast as possible and really not give your opponent a chance to establish anything because they're too busy defending. So first off, we play the 1 obligatory Big Getty Star. Activate main, tap 1, switch this card to rest, and place 1 card in the top of your deck in the drop area. Then choose up to 1 MedicAlert energy cost of 2 or less from your drop area and play it. So use that as your main mill outlet, and it lets you summon little guys from grave. And then next up, we are playing 4. Oh, there's Angel. Say hi, Angel. Thank you for stepping on my leader. Appreciate it. 4, Malevolent Revenge. This was a card that came out in the draft box last year that I was really hyped but also really sad about, because it says if your leader is a MedicAlert card, it gets plus 15 for the duration of the battle. Then you may choose 1 Big Getty Star in your battle area and switch to active mode. If you do, choose up to 1 of your yellow energy and switch it to active mode. So the problem with this card was the old MedicAlert leader was MedicAlert Core on the other side. So these revamp leaders, he is now a MedicAlert on the other side as well. So now you can actually use it as it was intended, as a battle, essentially a battle negate for 1500. Then next, we play 2 Crusher Ball, counterplay, battle cards played in rest mode, basic, good counter strategy. And then if in the event that you don't have a Crusher Ball, we also play 2 Super Galacon. Counterplay, same thing. If your leader's yellow and the card being played is 4 or less, it's played in rest mode instead. And its permanent is if you have a multicolor card in your energy and your life is at 4 or less, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand by adding a card from your life to your hand instead of paying its energy. So it's a Crusher Ball you can activate if you have no energy. And it still gives you the same effect. And then last but not least, this new card I really, really like, especially in this deck, we have 2 Light Bullet. Now, Light Bullet is from this set. It's a counter attack, negate the attack. Then you may choose 2 cards in your battle area, switch them to rest mode. If you switch 2 battle cards to rest mode, your opponent can only attack with battle cards 1 more time for the duration of the turn. So it's Nimbus without having to drop a card. I'm on the fence between these two because obviously with Nimbus you can use that to drop your Infinite Replication MedicAlert. But at the same time, I like Light Bullet more because there are so many instances where I have 2 MedicAlert ultimate forms on the field I'm not using. I didn't want to sack them that turn. I want to save it. I could just tap those 2, go, hey, no more attacks, and then, weather out whatever's left. But yeah, so that's the deck. Let me know what you guys think. I'm always open to criticism and changes. I know this is obviously by and far not the optimized meta build with Height of Mastery and all that fun stuff. But I still want to hear what you guys think. I have a lot of fun with this deck. I hope you guys can too, and you can put your own little spin on it. Let me know what your ideas are, comments, concerns, criticisms. And once again, just want to thank everyone for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.